Yeah, Aura, my name is Anurag Singh, and today in this short video, I'm going to talk about the project strategies and skills that I utilize in order to run several projects in my role as a project manager, project coordinator, and also a biomedical researcher. I worked in Community Support Medical Center for almost 8 years. In my role as project manager, I worked on a project called Foundation Standard Accreditation. So this was implemented by the Royal New Zealand College of General Practitioners in order to achieve better patient healthcare management and also overall patient experience in the clinic. So in order to achieve Foundation Standard Accreditation, I worked on a lot of policies and more than 35 policies, and also we made sure that we adhere to all those policies which I wrote as a part of these foundation standard. We engaged regular meetings with clinical and non-clinical staff so that to make sure that all the people in the clinic are all on the same page. We worked on a lot of patient feedback, and we incorporated those feedback in our regular clinic work. And also we transformed clinic premises to achieve foundation standard. For example, we used locked cabinets, or we introduced locked cabinets in order to store patient files so that it stays away and hidden from patients in the waiting areas. We achieved foundation standard in February 2018. And also I worked with different other clinics such as Dunedin City GP that achieved foundation standard in 2022. In my role as a project coordinator in Community Support Medical Center, I worked on a project called Embracing Digital Transformation. So in this project, I tried to make sure that all the physical files and paperwork can be digitized. So we started storing all the data digitally, for example, all the electronic health records, and we made sure that the admin processes are all streamlined and everyone knew what we are trying to do in order to get rid of all the papers. So we gave trainings to clinical and non-clinical staff. And also we scanned. So all the physical files which are already there, we scanned their reports, their daily reports, their all information to the MedTech 32 software, which was used by clinic in order to store patient information. And also we made sure that all the data was backed up every single night. And clinic went paperless in August 2017 as part of this project success. Furthermore, the skills that I utilize in order to make sure all these projects run successfully, communication was an important aspect. Organization was an important aspect too, but I think I was blessed to be working with clinical and non-clinical staff who knew exactly what they were doing, and they were very helpful throughout strategic planning in order to ensure we make policies on time and we adhere to policies. Writing was a very important part because once we submitted our policies for the foundation standard accreditation, we didn't get any feedback as such back from those assessors who came from the Royal College. That means, in a way, the policy which we were written were quite comprehensive. Problem solving skills and leadership were always important in order to work on these projects. Strategies, governance was an important aspect. Resource management, we worked a lot to make sure we are using the resources in the right and proper way. Change management, data management, and also a lot on feedback, incorporation, collaboration, working with others. In my role as a biomedical researcher at the University of Ottawa in Dunedin, I worked on several projects. So the gist of the project was to strategic management of research funding, resource procurement, and also research impact, the overall research we were trying to do. So I worked on several projects. Two of the main projects which I worked was Health Research Council project and the Neurological Foundation project. So the strategic management of funding for optical outcome was one of our primary goal, and efficient resource procurement and allocation strategies so that we knew what we are spending on and we were not trying to overspend. At the same time, we were using minimal amount of money to achieve more. And data acquisition analysis was part of these projects. So I was heavily involved in generating data and analysis, training and mentorship. So over the years, I've also trained and supervised graduate, masters, and PhD students. I also served as a vice president for the early career researcher group, and university for almost 4 years. And during this time, also tried to foster interdisciplinary collaboration with either nationally or internationally. And we published quite a few research papers throughout these projects. So the skills were which I used, scientific and clinical knowledge. So I think I had that good mix of science and clinical work, and that blend actually helped me in order to achieve certain targets. Supervision, time management, scientific writing, fund utilization was one of the major thing which I actually worked on quite a lot while working on these projects, and yeah, milestone achievements. The strategies were long-term vision, resource optimization, dissemination of result, that we were taking these results to either local or international public. Leadership advocacy was one of the important aspect as well. Transparent reporting was probably one of the highlights, because we were doing cutting edge research, and we wanted to make sure that whatever we show or whatever we present is not like it's not contaminated with something, and it's very pure form, because people are going to replicate these findings as well. So in order to find a clinical government framework policy or implement it, so one of the thing that we can do is health excellence. And in order to achieve health excellence, the quality of care of patient is important. So in order to do that, we need to find the challenges. So there are quite a few challenges which should be kept in mind while making these framework policies for health excellence, and which are listed here. And in order to overcome these challenges, we need to design and implement certain things. So the first and foremost is objective and scope. We should know what we're trying to do. We should have a clear goal in mind, and we should work on continuous improvement. So leadership buy-in, it is always important to talk to your pioneers about what you're going to do and how you're going to achieve certain thing. Stakeholder engagement, I think one key strategy I would employ is stakeholder engagement and alignment. Just as I facilitated collaborative meetings with clinical staff and patient and administrators in my previous role, I would use a similar approach to involve all relevant stakeholders in the design of the clinical government's framework. This will ensure a framework addresses the unique needs and concerns of different stakeholders, creating a sense of ownership and commitment. Followed by that, policy making and governance structure, develop policies and create committee. Performance metrics. So I think performance metrics is an important thing to keep in mind, because my experience in data acquisition and analysis would translate into promoting evidence-based practices within the framework. So just as I conducted interviews and gathered qualitative data in my previous role, I would emphasize the collection and quality and analysis of data to drive decision-making, monitor outcomes, and continuously improve patient care. Similarly, continuous improvement is very important. Education and training is one of the highlights. One of the most important part would be adapt and evolve. So adapt and evolve would be something that we should look forward to, like framework agility in healthcare. In the dynamic landscape of healthcare, it's crucial to ensure that our governance framework remains aligned with evolving practices and standards. And by embracing change and proactively updating our research, we guarantee that our organization maintains its relevance and effectiveness. So all in all, what I can say is my doctoral background in psychology, coupled with my extensive experience as a project manager in medical clinic, offers me a unique blend of medical care. Um, this combination position this combination positions me well to craft a comprehensive clinical governance framework that would probably align with a lot of things that would be required for the highest standard of patient care and healthcare excellence. Thanks for listening.